Hey, Shalom. Hey, first off, we like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ruach Wadash, the Wada Yahweh for giving us Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who had the 100% spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Shai in them. Peace, double honors to the CT elders of GMS, our big brothers, and greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody with descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwath.
Shalom.
Okay? You know who you are. Lord willing, we're here serving the King of the universe. All right? And we're just going to, kicking it with the brother and just flowing with the Spirit and, going to do a show in the Spirit of our Lord willing. I'm going to bring out an article and just bring out the scriptures,
Yeah, yep. I got a couple we could start off with. This is from yesterday's news. And this is Newsweek entitled U.S. reports highly infectious strain of bird flu in these states. Health official announced Monday, what's today, Wednesday, right? Yep. That they detected a highly contagious strain of bird flu in 2 additional U.S. states, furthering a threat of the country's poultry industry. And those are the the key statement I'm gonna emphasize. Furthering a threat to the country's poultry industry. The poultry industry is any industry that revolves getting you that chicken, turkey, chicken wings, chicken legs, whatever. The poultry in general. So I read on a little more just to give you the gist of the article. It says the U.S. Department of Agriculture Animal and Plant Inspection Service, APHIS, said the cases were found in a flock of commercial broiler chickens in Fulton County, Kentucky, and in a backyard flock of mixed species birds in Fauquier County, Virginia. The latest outbreaks were reported just days after the U.S. ordered nearly 30,000 turkeys to be euthanized in Indiana after testing positive for the same H5N1 strain of the highly pathogenic disease. And I'm going to do this last sentence and then we could speak about it. It says the outbreak was the first case of bird flu found among commercial poultry flock since 2020. And they could take that and run with it and say, destroy all,
That's what I'm saying.
No more chicken.
About that.
Exactly.
That's they have 30,000 turkeys?
Yeah, 30,000.
So that's all just building towards the narrative of a famine.
Exactly.
How we're looking at that.
Exactly. Pretty much. Exactly.
Because, come on, man. Again, man, hey, man, if you're on a level, man, either you're in the know or you're not in the know, okay? And the ones that are in the know are ultimately, all right, the hell with you truth is out there, the ultimate people don't know, the men of the Lord, right? Because ultimate knowledge is prophecy, man, right? You don't know nothing else. The top knowledge is prophecy, saying stuff way before it happens, all right? And if you're in the know in this society, ultimately, a man who believer in Yahweh Shemai Shai, you're gonna know that there's psyop in the world. We're in the realm of the devil, Satan. The prince of the power of the air, that covering cast, and a lot of things that news is bringing out is basically for one reason to brainwash you and to direct you a certain way, man. And we can tell just by reading that article, all right. That's just making an excuse for upcoming famine to come.
Absolutely, yep.
Because how the hell in 2022, right, when this society brags about their intelligence, their smartness, and we're supposed to be, this is 2022, right? This is supposed to be the pinnacle of a certain technology age, right? But then you can't figure out how all these animals getting sick or plagues, which is BS, man. Yeah. That's probably
predictive programming.
Yeah,
which I believe it is, because they could take the story and run with it. Just like the whole monkey situation that jumped out, the truck crash and the 100 monkeys.
Yeah, 100 monkeys.
They could have said that the monkeys, they got them all, I believe, and then they could say that they don't win and start biting fucking crops and livestock and all that stuff, and they infected them and. So they could spin it anyhow.
Well, they said a woman, they already had one. They said a woman.
Yeah, she got sick. What happened to that story?
Yeah.
What happened to that story? Where'd that story go?
She tried to help. She thought it was a cat. And then the cat, it wasn't a cat when she got closer.
Yo, they need better story writers, brother. They need better story writers, man.
And then she got bit, and then you can see it's on the news. You can see the clip when she's talking. So like, I was trying to look for a script with plagues.
Well, shit. Second Ezra's, the 15th chapter.
Okay, I'll go right there.
16th chapter.
Actually, Revelation, but go.
I got some things too.
Okay.
Yep. So we're
I'll go 15. Yeah, and that's ultimately, even if that's semi-true, because they could be lying about it, but they could put something in there. Who knows? This is the devil. But plagues are going to be sent upon America. They're already here. Just going to intensify. So that that's plagues. That's all from Yahweh Shemai Shai, of course.
Mm-hmm. So 2 Ezra 15:5, it says, "Behold, save the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, save the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually." All right, and that's why the Lord ultimately is going to bring this plague, destruction, pestilence, diseases, and ultimately their missiles because of the pride. Like the scriptures say, pride go before fall and the haughty spirit before destruction. This place is proud. And the cries of the just, like the scriptures say about the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that's being done in the midst thereof in Ezekiel. All right, put that mark on them. So when this time of famine and destruction and plagues do come, the men that were once crying will be the ones that are rejoicing in prophecy. That the Lord is finally sending that judgment to judge the wicked. All these same wicked people that we detest, imagine the glorious day seeing these damn Bati boys dropping dead of a disease and trannies and adulterers and Esau. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna fucking cry, bro. We're gonna rejoice and give glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because that's just judgment. And I'm gonna jump down, right? 12, it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Heavenly Father."
And it's talking about America because it says Egypt,
Yep.
And if again, if you're in the know and you're not in the know, but even some certain truthers know that America is a country of bondage, of incarceration, so to speak. So Egypt was known for bondage. That's what it's really known for. It's known. Well, Esau put it out there as a great kingdom. Like the number one in anything medicine, technology, but overall they were known as for slavery, amongst Israel, and America, we already know America's renowned for slavery. It's known for other things too, but one thing they can't erase is the slavery, the history of slavery, the history of our people being carted here in slave ships. And that's why, other countries, they always put that in America's face through the G20 summits, these certain meetings. And they say, well, what about you guys in slavery? And then they don't want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. So America's Egypt, man. Not to let alone mention your social security number that shows you a goddamn piece of stock. All right? So America's Egypt, man. Okay? The scriptures point that out.
So it says, "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and the punishment that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shem Yahweh shall bring upon it."
Yeah, you see, that's what's happening. It says for the foundations, Selak, what it says, Selak?
It says the foundation of it shall be smitten with plagues.
Yeah, the foundation of it should be smitten with plagues. All right. Hey, look what's going on now. Whether it's real or not, we already know the deal, right? We're on YouTube, but right, the Omicron, the coronavirus, whatever have you, that's considered a plague, right? And that has the what was the key word it said? Oh, destroyed the foundation of America. They took out the middle class. It took out a lot of businesses, man. You got I did a show the other day called Essentials to Terrorists. And here it is. You got your police officers, your firefighters, people in the medical industry, doctors, whatever have you. They refused the jump shot. And that destroyed part of the communism as well. Mm-hmm. So this whole thing, which is all from plagues, is destroy the foundation of Egypt or America, along with other things, along with what we just read. The brother just brought out about the disease. Was that amongst it?
The poultry,
the poultry,
the birds, chicken and turkey.
Yeah, you know. So get used to it, man. You know, disease is the name of the game in the last days. You know, and the Lord promised the plagues were going to be released in America, man.
Mm-hmm. So this is jump to 49. It says, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence."
Yeah, I mean, is that not true? Come on, these people, man. You know, this is getting kind of, hey, man, I can't really. This is getting kind of. We got to kind of
repetitive, redundant.
Yeah, pinch ourselves to remind ourselves these people don't got the truth.
Oh yeah,
because read that again. When you read that, man, I don't know how you dummies out there can't see that applies to the world, man. And if a dummy out there saying you man of the Lord and you ain't, and you're not teaching your people this, and your people don't see it as well, you know, you don't got the Spirit of the Lord on you, man. Again, Brother Kishore?
Yep, verse 49, it says, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty."
Yeah, is widowhood not happening now? How many people are dying from you know what? And you know, all the stuff that's happening these days, whether by natural disasters, you know, of course, plagues we're talking about, sicknesses, suicide, people losing their minds, murders, you know, right? But overall, you know, disease and all this stuff, there's plenty of widows in these last days, right? It's increasing.
It says poverty.
Poverty, come on. We already just broke that down. All right. You had in the past 2 years, millionaires turning billionaires, billionaires turning trillionaires. As the rich get richer, you already know the saying, the poor get poor. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a fact. We're not making it up, right? That's a fact. They talk about it in your news, man. So how is the Bible wrong?
God, it says famine, sword, and pestilence.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about, okay? What we just read, we just told you through the Spirit, Lord willing, that what the brother just brought out through the article, they can use that to say, oh, you know, come on, 30,000 turkeys?
They could recall all the chickens from all the shows and all the turkey from all the shows, and then now you got, you know what I'm saying? That could be an ongoing thing.
Yep.
For how long?
They could just, like you said.
Foreseeable future.
Exactly. Like you said, they could, you know, manipulate the story, you know, kind of attach it to anything.
Exactly.
You know? So how is a famine far-fetched, you dummies? You know? But see, only the people that believe in Yahweh Shema Shai and have the faith, in the 1/3, you know, we're not out of knowledge of this. We're not ignorant to this, man. It's the ones who don't got their faith, who don't believe in the Lord, or the ones who believe in false prophets, the ones who believe in the smooth speaking, okay, don't want to be told the truth, you're going to get caught by surprise. But this is true. And it's easy to understand.
Yeah, like I was telling you before the camera went on about the Walmart, the ribeye steaks.
Oh yeah, that's right, yep.
So with the ribeye steak, I think it's a Walmart in Florida, the theft is so high for people stealing their meat that they got it encased in a metal cage. Now I'm gonna put it up over here, Lord willing.
The video, which showed the Angus beef wrapped in chains with an electronic security tag, comes amid growing concern about the rising crime rates across the country. It is unclear whether or not the cages are being used in all Walmart stores across the country, or whether the company is implementing the safety measures in stores that are located in areas of high crime.
Yo, you gotta be kidding me. Walmart now has the steak locked up. Holy shit. It's come to this. This is getting bad now, man.
But there's a guy in the store, he got the alarm detector and all that, so yeah, that's how bad. Yeah, they got an alarm detector on it, bro. Like, so if you walk out with it, you know, the alarm is gonna go off.
Yeah, I saw the picture you posted, or brothers posted, with the wire on it.
Yeah, the wire on it.
You know, you see, come on, man. So once again, is a famine far-fetched, or does it look like there's gonna be abundance of food in the near future? No, that's because things are getting scarce.
Right.
You know, that's why. Why would you put barbed wire?
Yeah, right. Might as well be barbed wire.
yeah, kind of.
It says, to waste thy house with the destruction and death, and the glory of the power shall be dried up as the flower, and the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and the lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the strokes of thine hand, and saying over their dead, when thou wast drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Which that's what these nations, and mainly our own people, because they're the ones that killed the prophets, persecute the prophets, and then they help slain the prophet under Esau right now. Because Esau's part of that. You know, the blood of the saints, in her was found the blood of the saints, like it tells you in the book of Revelation. That's why it was one of the main reasons why the Lord is going to cripple this place and destroy this place, because great and sore destruction is coming. It just sounds like words coming out of our mouth, but if you truly understand and believe it, like you said, these people, no matter how much you tell them, they ain't gonna get it. It just sounds like words coming out of our mouth, but the time of speaking is coming to an end, and these people are gonna feel. All right, they're gonna feel the torment of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's the king of terror.
That's right.
He knows your fears. He knows what you don't like. He knows if you're afraid of trillions of ants rolling up on your skin and biting you up, claustrophobic or afraid of heights or whatever. He's gonna put you in them situations. And everybody's afraid of to starve. So
not eat.
And this is gonna go into that, the famine, cannibalism.
And this is a gluttonous. This is a perfect. I mean, this is a perfect place for a famine. Something to like to come to manifest or to come forth, because you people are so obsessed with food. So imagine if food
makes it even worse. Yeah,
it's taken away from a society that is obsessed with food. America is the most gluttonous society in America, man. So why wouldn't the famine be the worst? I guess you know what I'm saying. It would be a perfect opposite, you know.
No, I get what you're saying.
If I'm explaining it right.
No, you're right. Because this country loves consumption in food. Yeah. So when it's taken away, that is the exact opposite.
And then they're not self
discipline
producing, you know.
Oh right.
You know, other countries, at least they go through famine. You got farmers and all that. They can kind of make things. This country, they don't have no farmers.
They rely on the government for everything.
Yeah, they rely on the government. You know. So again, man, you're gonna wake up when you in a concentration camp, or when you finally don't have food for 2 weeks. Then okay, maybe the Bible is true. But actually, a lot of people are waking up, but they're just in denial too. You know, they say one of the first things when somebody dies close in your family, like you go through denial. You know, if you get that call, you go through denial. Like that's the first step. Yeah, like no, it's not happening. But you people, you see America going down, you see this place is dying, but you're in denial, man. You want to keep, watching your movies and your Super Bowls and having nostalgia and have these moments like everything's gonna be okay, but no, everything's not gonna be all right, man. No matter how many smiles, how many nice commercials you saw make, all right, this bit you're gonna feel the pain, you're gonna feel horror. You're going to feel the Most High's coming, man. He's going to terrorize you, man. Especially the people who fell off from the truth, who scoffed at the men of the Lord, all right, and whose false prophets teaching our people an error.
So it says, verse 55, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom, therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall the Most High do unto thee.
Yeah, so the Lord's going to eat that right in your bosom. He's going to do it right in your face. You know, just like Scripture say, just like what you did to the Lord's chosen, the Lord's going to do that to you. Even if you imagine things about the Lord's chosen, the Lord's going to do that to you. You know, that's what time we're coming to. The Lord said, my men, they're not going to be. I'm not paraphrasing. They're not going to be removed into a court anymore. Those things are done, man.
So it says, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
Yeah, and this is what we're getting prepared for. You know, this is what we're praying for. The men of the Lord, all women, we call ourselves the hopeful elect. Starting with the apostles of GMS down. You know, we already know what's going on. We're just, Lord willing, we don't want to be a part of that, man. We don't want to be a part of the Lord's terror. You know, that's why ultimately the scriptures say, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You know, we're reading you the terrors. You know, the Lord putting that stuff right back in your face. You know, all the stuff you you want to do against the men of the Lord, or all the things you imagine, your wickedness, he's going to put it right back on you. You stupid gangbangers. Well, guess what? The Lord got something for you too, man. Or you people in the suit, a judge somewhere. You know, don't matter what you are, what class. You wicked, you don't got the truth, the Lord's going to come visit you, man. Simple as that. You know, you said something else, but I forgot.
I'll read it again. It says, thy children shall die of hunger.
Oh, you know, okay, yeah, your children. I mean, come on, man. I don't need to explain that. We don't want to go through that. Okay. And hey, but even if it does, we're still gonna be living the Lord, Lord willing. You know. But the point is, the Lord's gonna terrorize you, man. Nobody want to see you rather die rather seeing your children suffering. And guess what? A lot of people gonna see your children, people you love, suffer, and you can't. The worst thing, you can't do nothing about it. You won't be able to do nothing about it. You know what? When your daughter or your son looking you in the eyes and they dying right before you, your wife, your kids, your mother, your grandmother, your grandfather, whatever have you, your best friend, whatever, man.
Okay. And it says, and thou shalt fall through the sword, and the city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood, for the very hunger of bread and thirst of water. Yeah, so that proves that there's going to be like a scattering in a way where people are going to flee, like kind of what they call go off the grid. You know, we're going to go into the wilderness. You know, you're going to flee. And even when you go into the mountains, you know, you may survive for a week or two, or even a month, be a good prepper, but eventually, you know, you're going to be hunted, because Esau's going to go up in there too and hunt you down, and you're just going to try to survive. Like it says in Amos, what is it, the 5th? Like you flee away from one situation, a bear and a snake bite you, something like that. Yep.
You know, so anyway, there's no way out. Only the ones who are going to escape, you know, destruction and mayhem and agony are the ones that always believed. You know, start with the men of the Lord and their loved ones and their families, you know.
Yep, and which a similar situation took place in history around the time of 70 AD.
Yep.
During the siege of Jerusalem. There was a fort set up called Masada, and then you could read about it in the Josephus. There's actually accounts where they describe cannibalism taking place. You know, and all those things that happened back then is going to happen even greater in these times. And when you read like Luke the 21st chapter, which you jump around, it talks about 70 AD. All right, Jerusalem being sieged, destroyed, and everybody that fled got pretty much cornered up in the mountains and ended up getting starved out. And then what took place was a lot of cannibalism. So that's coming back right here in Babylon. It happened then. It's going to happen again, and this time it's going to be even worse. Yeah. And I actually got another account, a biblical account in the scriptures, real quick, brother. And then
before you read that, real quick, it's even in your American history. There's a family called the Donner family, the Donner or the Doppler family. I think it's the Donner family. I did a show on it, and basically, it was real quick that a family in the 1800s was migrating west. I don't know if it was like 1850s or whatever have you. It's called the Donner family. They were migrating from mid Central America or slightly east all the way to Cali. You know, going into the gold rush and all that kind of stuff. So we were migrating, but they left. I think early fall and went into the. It was like a 4-month trip, but they took a so-called shortcut. Long story short, you know, they took a wrong turn, wound up in the mountains somewhere. Got stuck in a blizzard for a week, a month or two, and they started eating each other within 2 weeks. You know, that's called the Donner family. You know, so it, like the brother pointed out, I said, of course, it's in the scriptures, happened many times. It's also in American history, man. Not even 300 years ago, there was cannibalism in your history. And then on a deeper level, I mean, we're not going to say too much, but you people are cannibals anyway. A lot of your fast foods, you know, you put it together, okay?
This is 2 Kings chapter 6 verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it. until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the fourth part of a cab of a dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And a score is what? 20.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got 80 times 2 is 80.
Mm-hmm.
So 80 pieces of silver for an ass's head, for a head of a donkey, to do what? To cook it, which is an unlawful beast to eat to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes to show you how desperate Israel were back then.
Yeah.
Eating an abominable meat, and the head of it, which the head of anything don't got no damn meat on it.
Yeah.
The head, goat head, lamb head, or chicken head. None of them shit's chicken head. None of them shit's got meat on it. So, and 80 pieces of silver is a lot of money. Look at how much money Judas Iscariot sold the Lord out for. 30 pieces of silver.
Mm.
You know, so for comparison's sake, that had to be some value to it. You know what I'm saying? And silver was money back then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it says for the cab dung, which is bird shit, 4 pieces of silver. 5 pieces of silver. So 5 pieces of silver for dove doodle, man.
Damn, man.
Fucking bird shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Remember, and the scriptures say there's gonna be like these times not gonna compare to any other time.
Exactly.
So however bad this is, it's not gonna compare. It's gonna seem like a delicacy. This food compared to what's happening, what you could be eating now, man.
So it says, and as the king of Israel passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? So the king is like, if the Lord ain't help you, if we in this situation, what could I do? There's no food in the barn. There's no wine. You know, nothing. You know. So it says, and the king said unto her, What lieth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we bore my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she said, and she had hid her son. That's wicked as all. That's wicked on so many levels, man.
Yeah. You make a deal and you hide it, whatever.
Even
to make a deal anyway.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it's wicked on all levels. The cannibalism. Well, I don't even know which one's worse.
Yeah.
I guess it's all good. You know, that's wicked as all hell.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. It's wicked. It just show you how desperate. That's why that's there. There's a reason why certain details in the scriptures are written.
That's right.
Like it tells you the things written 4 times written for our learning. And if it happened back then, and the scripture says it's gonna be a time such as never before was seen on the earth, it's gonna be worse than this. That's gonna be child's play. Yeah. And guess what? These women, they probably back here again.
Hell yeah.
And they gonna end up doing the same shit.
That's just scary, man.
Exactly, bro.
Man.
You know, it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of living power, man.
Yeah.
You know, and it was so casual about it, bro. It's so normal, like, yo, all right, so we gonna eat our kid, and that's extremely casual about it, bro.
Yeah.
Show you that when starvation take place, your brain think differently.
Yeah.
Your mind think differently.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just the weakness of the human body. That's why the Lord said He gonna preserve His elect from these days.
Yeah.
You know, not even the elect was gonna starve, then they'll starve to death. The elect ain't gonna be no cannibals.
That's right.
If there was no food for the elect to eat, which is just a scenario, they would rather be, Lord, we would rather starve to death.
That's right.
Than to then make a deal, what kid we gonna eat, what day we gonna eat them, and then stash your kid, and then, that's wicked.
Man, you gotta get it, man. I always get tongue tied, brother.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get the point, man.
Crazy.
I mean, that's scary, but that's what the Lord can do to you.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the mind's wired to eat, man. We know what that is. So your body needs that nutrition, even your brain, to think straight.
Yup. So it said.
It's funny. I'm sorry.
No, go. You got it.
It's funny because while you're reading, I didn't look at the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I looked at looking at commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I typed in new 2022 Super Bowl commercials, 2022 Super Bowl movie commercials. But anyway, I typed in 2022 Super Bowl commercials, right? And I forget which one, but it was one that everybody was eating like they weren't eating food. It was, I forget what commercial it was.
Oh, it was
just,
it was for Uber Eats.
it was.
It was Uber Eats day because Uber Eats.
Spirit, you remember? Man.
I just seen it.
That's the spirit.
Yeah. Uber, I think it's Uber Eats. She was eating catnip and papers.
Yeah.
Because now Uber Eats deliver whatever you want now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what you're saying.
That's
like,
what I'm talking
they was eating whatever.
So my point
items.
was,
it was eating items.
when I saw that, I don't know what you were thinking, right?
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, yo, what the hell they making this kind of commercial?
Yeah.
But well, when we got spiritual eyes, so I'm like, damn, wow. That was basically, I'm saying, like, why would you make a commercial like that? But being our minds, Lord willing, in tune with the Spirit of the Lord, we always prophesy that it's going to come to that where you're going to be eating stuff, you know, just what they were eating. They were eating catnip, they were eating material, they eating, one guy ate they had certain celebrities now I remember more. They had that dude I hate from that African London comic comedian who's not funny, who took over one of them Comedy Central shows. Anyway, he ate a light bulb, so he ate a light bulb, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, he busted the bulb.
Yeah, he busted the bulb, and, but the point is, I'm like, damn, I thought about the famine, you know what I mean?
Kind.
Is that like some kind of secret message or a secret thing with what America is going to be going through?
Kind.
You know, that was kind of heavy to me when I saw that. You know, but anyway, I brought it out because we talked about the famine, and you know, check it out there if you didn't see it. You know, brothers probably saw it already though. You know, but hey, why? The question is, why did they put that commercial out there? I never seen nothing like that.
Kind.
And what we're talking about, that was actually that's gonna be done, man. You're gonna be putting seasoning on your belts.
Yeah, that's a spirit. I'm looking for that because
that
actually happened.
Yeah, Zion always used to say.
Yeah.
I thought he was always joking until like a few years I found out it was for real.
That happened during 70 AD.
They were eating belts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you know.
Because you know what's belt? A belt is really like leather, cow-hide and animal hide.
Yeah.
So it's it ain't food.
It ain't rough.
I guess that's the ancient world beef jerkies or something.
Yeah.
It's made out of hide of an animal, like real leather belt.
Yeah.
You know, so that's crazy.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
This is actual like a real.
There's
a lot of articles that go into the history on. Like this one's called Facts and Details.
Okay, so
there's a siege of Jerusalem. Yep. So there's a bunch of information on it. You know, of course, you chew the meat, spit out the bones, and for the most part, you know, a lot of it is accurate. But I can't find the part with the belt. But it's in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
we're saying facts, so yeah, you know. So that was, like I said, you know, I thought that was a joke when Elders of Zion used to say that until I found out years older. Wait a minute, that's in actual history. People seasoning up belts, you know, because actually, like the brother just mentioned, this cowhide is actually animal, you know.
I can't find the exact, but when you go to like you look it up and then you got the thing. I'll read what it said. What I could read, it says refugees, which even animals would reject, was collected and turned into food.
Damn, see.
In the end, they were eating belts, shoes, and leathers stripped off their shields.
Wow, man. I mean, this is not a joke. We're not joking around over here, man. See, the brother just brought out at the end. Okay, after all that, like the end is suffering. We're talking about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or months of the last days of suffering, and
right.
I mean, your ribs showing.
That's weeks, like 3 weeks is accurate.
You know, right? So at the end of that, man, they were eating fucking shoes and belts. I mean, even hearing that's hard to imagine, man. You know, and like we're saying through the Spirit, as bad as that seems, man, okay, the Lord's bringing that back. And again, think about it, man, okay, which is very hard for people in Babylon to do, right? But think about it. The place that's so dependent on food, I'm trying to say it the right way, a place that's so dependent on, well, I'll just say
imported food.
Yeah, imported food and all that, you know.
Yeah, relying on the government for food.
This place is a perfect place for a famine because of your reliability on. You can't rely on yourself.
It's a welfare country.
There you go. That's better.
So this country's on welfare, just like how people get their SNAP, EBT, their food stamps, whatever. Mm-hmm. Once that's plugged out, what are they gonna do? They don't know no other way. They don't know. Most don't know how to go out there and make money and get money. They never put the effort into it because they was always getting it. So the same thing with Babylon. These people don't know how to farm. These people don't know how to start a fire. They don't care to. They don't know. They don't know how to. If it came down to it, like how to kill an animal or a deer or something, and then skin it, eat it, cook it.
And if they do know, it's mostly Edomites.
It's mostly Edomites. Yeah, Jake don't know. Jake don't know.
You know,
Jake don't know. Majority of Jake don't know.
I got some for you when you're done.
All right. One more verse in this one. It says, 2 Kings 6:30. It says, and it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. So this king, the words was distressing. He heard like, damn, it gotten to this point, and he just mourning and as I said, bewailed and lamented. So that's it on that.
I got some for you.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and I know you.
Oh yeah, I was there. Yep.
Oh, you were there already?
No, that's what I was reading before.
Oh, okay.
But get it.
Did you read 11?
Did I? You can read it again.
Okay, so
I don't think I did, but
okay.
Second
Ezra 15 and 11, like we started the show with. Brother just brought out the stuff with the bird flu or some kind of bird plague. Okay, which if you have eyes to see, you can see how that's nothing but a storyline that could bring a famine like we're talking about. 2nd Ezra 15 verse 11 reads, actually, I was off from 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Which is again modern day America, which you already stated that. Okay.
Come. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Just real quick, Revelation 11:8, because we both quoted it just to prove it. Revelation 11:8 says, and the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Just to prove that point, the dead bodies, you read Ezekiel 37 chapter, it talks about the valley of the dry bones. All right, the bodies, the bones living again, becoming flesh. That's talking about here in America. America is known as Sodom and Egypt. Sodom is major. There was an article in RT where somebody sent in the chat that a 6-year-old parents is under scrutiny because the 6-year-old boy is a trans, phobe, whatever, because there was a little boy in his class that was dressed in a dress, and then he was confused about it. So he didn't understand. A child is the most honest people you ever meet. They'll say it as it is.
Yeah, pure spirits.
Exactly. So he's like the boy. I guess the weirdo was trying to tell him like I'm a girl, and he's like, what? So now they pinning it on the parents for not telling him that this is what it is. This fucking place is wicked, bro. This is Sodom all over again, man. And this place is ripe for the picking. They
declare this in a Sodom. Right?
Exactly, they declare this in the Sodom.
Right, there's more to it, I forget, but yeah,
Yeah. You not talking? What's that? Isaiah 3:9, right?
Yeah, I just did. That was my
show. That was Isaiah 3:9.
Oh, I get it. You want me to get it for you?
The countenance of a man. Yeah. Why not? Yep.
Declare this in Sodom.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is Sodom all over again, like you said in the beginning. Egypt, because this place follows all the customs of Egypt. Everything Esau does, he references back to Egypt. You know what? This man also, he ain't just doing it now. He did it when he conquered Egypt, Alexander the Great. What did he do after he conquered Egypt? Them images and the history and all that, they made it seem like it was them, the Edomites, Alexander. All right. You got it?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Isaiah chapter 3 verse 9. Like yes, It says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom.
Exactly. So the show of their countenance. This is Sodom all over again. This place is a fruity ass place. All right. So this place is extremely fruity.
Yeah.
All right. People got too much sugar in their tank and just out of their damn minds. All right. And then real soon, it all started with the basic so-called, GAY and lesbian, blah, blah, blah. And then it transformed into what it is. So once you started accepting that, then they slowly started turning that pot up and boiling your ass.
Exactly, man.
And now you're saying so-called OG gays and lesbos, whatever. Now they got a problem. Now they're like, oh, hell no, what the hell is this? Oh, this shit got out of control. Well, you part of the problem.
Yeah, and Chappelle went into that. You know, he was going into that.
Right. I think his last show that he did, his last stand-up.
Even last one and the last one he really went in.
Yeah.
But even the one before that, he had a good one. You know.
Yeah.
That basically the trans. Well, I mean, I don't want to make
it
by saying that, right?
Say, yeah, you know.
I mean, jeez.
The T people.
Yeah, the T people are offending the other ones, but that's the reality. You know that we're not lying. You got what's the word? Schism? Yeah. Is that the right way you say it? Or division amongst
schisms.
Schisms amongst the alphabet crew, man.
Yeah.
They try to act like it's all good, but they're against each other too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think there was one person who was almost straight homosexual, you know, gay, and but they were like, damn, you taking kids to a gay bar or a gay strip club, whatever it was. You know, that's going too far.
What's the difference between taking a regular kid to a regular strip club or a regular bar?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference?
The society would demonize you. Well,
if you do something like that.
You don't got no business in a bar.
What happened under 18 and all that?
This is show you that is an agenda and they promote it. They pushing it. They shoving it down your damn throat, man.
It was a school that did it too. It was a
school trip. It was I remember. It was the teachers that did it. Yeah.
You know?
I remember that. Yup.
You know?
Fucking wicked, bro. Yeah. Wicked, bro. Yeah, you can finish that up in there, bro.
Come on. It says they showed their countenance. They showed their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin of Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have awarded evil unto themselves.
That's it. Woe unto their soul.
Very simple, man.
Woe unto their soul. They declare it as they declaring it.
Yeah.
You know, they declaring it. They saying this is what I am. This is what I do.
Yep.
So the scriptures say, woe unto your soul. So anybody that's down with that, woe unto your soul. When judgment come down, then it is what it is. We're going to rejoice and clap and sing and merry, you know, quote scriptures.
Yeah.
You know?
And then it says, for they have awarded evil unto yourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know?
So evil is going to fall upon them, man. Point blank, period. So that's why, you know, we brought out Revelation 11. 11 and 8. The dead body shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt. Egypt, the correlation, because America followed all the customs of ancient Egypt, all of it, all right, from gods to naming certain the sun god, worshiping of the sun. Mm-hmm. What else?
Signs and symbols on advertisements and all that.
Right. Even us being here in captivity. Mm-hmm. You know, the Egypt, the ancient Egypt, one of the longest captivities in America, one of the longest captivities. Yeah. Being the longest captivity, exceeding any ancient captivity, man.
Yeah, good point. Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Because even in the book of Judges, it was always 200 years at a time or something like that.
Yeah, it was shorter captivities and many judges to come and deliver us.
The only thing that compare, the way you said it, is the Egypt. Mm-hmm. That's the only one that can compare it to the longevity of slavery. Which proves that this is
Egypt all
over again, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Con, that was the point in there, bro.
Okay. So I'll finish this.
2 Ezra 15, yep.
For you. 2 Ezra 15, verse 11, it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm.
Hold on. That's a good one, because it made me think of Jeremiah 16.
Okay, you got it.
Because I'll bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. Mm-hmm. Because, the Lord say, it's a normal thing or regular thing to save the best for last. So does the Most High. The Most High saves the best for last.
That's right. The
greatest, every single thing under the heaven is going to be the last thing to happen. As far as the destruction, that's the Lord saved the best for last. This kingdom, the deliverance, He saved the best for last. In this kingdom, the establishment of the kingdom, or who's going to rule at the end, He saved the best for last. Yeah, you know, He saved the east or the worst for the last. Because He knew that this would have been the man to make this fucking place hell.
Well, you just prophesied.
Dystopia.
You just prophesied. Yeah, come, because he's the wicked. But you just prophesied. Ezra is the end of the world. And
exactly.
Jacob is the beginning of that followeth.
Yep. So the Lord saved the best for last, and He's like the brothers reading. He's gonna bring the again. Go ahead, read again.
Come. It says it says but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
I mean, we never went back into Egypt again after we left Egypt.
Come.
I mean, people going and visit today.
That's right.
But as far as Israelites going back into captivity under Pharaoh was destroyed. His empire declined after that.
Yeah,
after that destruction,
when they came back,
when they drowned in that sea, that was it. That was the end for Pharaoh and them, man.
That's
From
right.
there it was a slopey hill downhill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the Lord said, "I'll bring thee with a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before."
Yeah.
So ancient Egypt ain't gonna be smitten with the plagues like the Lord is. This ain't talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about modern day Egypt.
It's reincarnation, you know.
Exactly.
Even I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Even not only people, but places are reincarnated too.
Definitely.
Because it's the people that bring back the places. You know, just like we're talking about America. America's Egypt.
Yeah, and shit. You could say New York is like Jerusalem all over again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, if you know, for those who can understand and receive that, but Deuteronomy 28:68.
Yeah. How can you get around that?
Yeah, can't get around that, bro. So the Lord is gonna smite Egypt with plagues as before, talking about in these times, because it says he would bring thee out with stretched out arms, right? And smite. So the Lord's saying He's gonna do something again, but it ain't gonna happen in ancient Egypt because the Israelites ain't in ancient Egypt. The Israelites are here in America, and that proves that if this prophecy is gonna happen, how does it apply to the so-called to the small hats? They in Egypt. They in Egypt. They in our land. They allegedly, if they're the real people, they in their land already. So what's the point of how is this scripture even gonna be fulfilled? You know what I'm saying? I asked one of them guys one of the small hats that before. He one of the lesser guys. He don't know anything, but I asked him about that prophecy like that in Deuteronomy 28. He said, "Oh, well, that didn't happen yet." I'm like, so wait a minute, you anticipating to go in? No, he said that ain't happened yet. To them, to the Jews, he said that part, Deuteronomy 28 and 60 ain't happened yet because they never went into. Because I was going into Deuteronomy 20 and 68 and showing him how it was Judah, Benjamin, Levi. Yeah. But he's like, but no, that ain't happened because they ain't happened yet. So I'm like, oh, so you ready to go into captivity in slave ships? Because they are. Yeah. But they ain't them people, but they are because we're gonna replicate the transatlantic slave trade in the kingdom for you Edomites.
That's right. That's a good point.
We gonna meditate terror on you, man. Yeah. Talking about that ain't happened yet. Yeah, it did happen. You just don't fit it, man. You don't fit that prophecy, right? So relax with that one. That was it, bro. Because I got a precept. If that was a
little more, for you. A little more, yeah. It says and Salak. It said, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch their arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and the hail.
Yeah, talking about the farmers, but that goes into famine too. That's a famine scripture.
Yep.
The famine, who tilled the ground? The farmers, man. Well, how do we get our stuff? Through farms, all right?
Yep.
Whether it's mass production, Monsanto production, GMO production,
it doesn't matter.
Still come from farms.
That's right.
Your canned peas, your canned chickpea, all of that stuff is produced however Esau producing it now.
Still come
but
from
nonetheless, it comes from a farm somehow, somewhere.
That's right, because they have spliced seeds they give them, like Monsanto seeds.
Yep, and a lot of times too, like stuff would say farm raised. It ain't the farm you're thinking about.
Yeah.
It's facilities, man.
Yeah.
Esau got things growing in facilities and he calls it farms.
Like, for example, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think a chicken or a turkey, they say what is difference from a regular chicken and a farm-raised chicken?
They get to roam around.
Yeah, which is only like a 12, like a fucking foot cage.
That's a damn gimmick, man.
You know, it's like a 2x2 cage, like a 2x2 cage, man. That's farm raised.
Yeah, that's a damn gimmick, bro. That's a freaking
gimmick.
Same thing with salmon.
Oh yeah.
You got farm raised salmon, and then that's all the gimmick. How do we know?
Yeah.
How the hell we know?
Yeah.
And don't try to say you can taste the difference because it's all in your mind, man.
All you gotta do is switch
Trust
the sticker.
Switch the sticker. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the mind. That's how powerful the mind can be controlled, man. Placebo and shit.
Yeah, placebo.
You know, Esau ain't giving us the best. We scripture said we gonna eat our food. Defiled among the Gentiles, man.
Yeah. Come. It says, Egypt shall mourn. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail with the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right, and that's what it's all gonna boil down to, especially here in Babylon. This is the worst place. And this is the one place I see the difference between this country and these other countries. America, they got the freedom that these Edomites gave you, the freedom to bear arms and the right to bear arms and all them illegal guns that the CIA brought out here.
Anyway,
all them shits is here.
Yeah.
They here. They here. So when that time come, them people gonna have swords in their hand, invading one another. Like certain countries, it ain't easy. Like the UK and them places and all that.
Not easy to access.
You gotta be connected, to get your hands on some type of gun or whatever. You gotta be up in the law officials and all that, man. It's America that got the freedom. That's why this is gonna be the hardest egg to crack. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord saved the best for last, because all this freedom and liberty this place got is gonna be more strategic to take away them things from these people, these big crybabies, man.
That's why they're having trouble. They're having trouble now. These elites around the world. Especially with you rock-headed. They actually believe in their false freedom, man.
Yeah, they do,
and that's what makes it worse.
And that's why they die hard. That's why they. Yeah. That's why this is all. This is all they think they got. The illusion of freedom.
Yeah. That's all you got. Because they get to get away with murder, man. You get to scam people in society. I can set up a business and scam people online.
Yep.
And I can get away with it. That's allowed here. And let alone other things, man. This place is wicked, man. You get that, go on a site, and it's just a goddamn woman in lingerie, and it's a woman, it's a site set up for married women to cheat. Not even a regular dating site. It's just specifically a married woman site, and my husband's not home, kind of thing. This place breeds, it advocates or promotes sin, man. It sells sin. And they don't want to let this go. This country satisfies all fleshly desires, man. And we know what the scriptures say about all fleshly desires is all wicked. That was it for that.
That's why the Lord calls this place a wicked and adulterous generation. This place is just adultery, just running rampant out here. All right, this is Jeremiah 16:16 to land back on right. All right, it says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall." No, I'm sorry. 14. I'm sorry. Jeremiah 16:14. But that's a beautiful one because that's coming too.
Yep.
Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it will no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. You got it.
Come again, Salah.
Yup. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, it should no more be said. There's going to be a new saying. Okay, what happened when the Lord, because that's the biggest, one of the biggest stories or events. Well, let's say maybe event is better.
Yep. Next biggest thing to the flood. The flood into Egypt.
Yep. Exactly. That's right. The next biggest, the greatest one, the greatest one is the flood of the earth. Right after that, one of the top ones, which one's heavy? Moses' deliverance, delivering the nation of Israel out of Egypt. So the Lord said, there should no more be said.
Yup. That the Lord liveth that brought up the children. The Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Yeah, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of the land of the north, meaning that there's going to be a new saying, okay, a new greater event, or the greatest event of all time, of all eternity, is going to happen when, believe it or not, is when Yahweh by Shemai Shai, the Most High, sends his son Yahweh Shai to deliver the nation of Israel, or the elect and the 1/3, all right, out of this destruction, out of this America's destruction, or Babylon's destruction. Right? Because again, like we've been saying through the Spirit, is that America is Egypt. Okay? And so this deliverance out of the new Egypt, or Neo-Egypt, right? That's gonna be the same.
Yep.
And we're gonna realize the first one, when Moses, as great as that was just rehearsal, man. Okay? That was just practice for what's
foreshadow.
Yeah, there you go, foreshadow. It really is, because the Lord gave us, He delivered us out of Egypt, and He gave us the law, statutes, commandments. You know, He's going to do it again, but He's going to put in our inward parts. He's going to deliver us out of Egypt, which is America, but it's going to be, that's it. And when He delivered us, He brought us into the promised land. He gave us our first king. You know, well, King Saul and then King David. You know, but so that was all foreshadowing of what's to come. And then He gave us King Solomon. You know, it all kind of happened kind of quickly. You know, but that was a foreshadowing for what? To prove, look, in these bodies you can't reach my level of where I want you to be. I got a better covenant for you. Okay, but that was all the beautiful foreshadowing of what's to come. We got a glimpse of it, but we're about to get something way beyond for that, man. You know, which is even hard to, you know, hey, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, you know.
Yup, so it said, but the Lord liveth that brought the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither He had driven them.
And the land in the north is basically the North Americas. You have America, Canada, and even South America. That's considered the North Americas, okay? Mostly Babylon, but that's the North Americas. All right, and then it says where He had driven them. It means where all Israel was scattered, because the prophecy says what? That Israel was scattered all over the world.
And from all the lands whither He had driven them, and I will bring them again into their lands that I gave unto the fathers.
Again, so the Lord's doing the same thing. He's going to bring us to, He did the same thing when He used Moses. And what did He say? He's going to bring us into our land. He's going to bring us into land of milk and honey, which was Israel. You know, you had to circle around for 40 years, but He eventually brought us there. This, we ain't got to wait around, all right? The Lord's going to bring us into our back to our land. We're going to stay there permanently, man. Why? Because the covenant, the promises, which is ultimately what? The new bodies. You know, the righteousness being put in us, like instinct. You know, and ultimately, Yahweh Shai getting His ultimate glory, which is all power over the whole universe, man. In the last, He already has it. But the last is earth. The earth realm. Where you gonna, you know, it's time for you to know His name. Okay?
I got one more precept, bro.
Yep.
And doing this. This is on Psalms 37 and 17. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume, into smoke shall they consume away. And there you have it. You know, when famine is here, the upright is going to be satisfied, man. And we believe that. The only way, that's the only way to you know, is to believe it. You know, to believe it. You know, that's the whole concept of faith and belief, is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11. So we're going to have to trust and hope that, because we know, if we know that this is the power that's bringing it, we got to believe that this is the power that's going to take us out of it. You know what I'm saying? We all the prophecies is adding up and building up. How about how much more the prophecies of the deliverance? Because that's what His name means, salvation.
That's right. So
that the Yahweh Shai got to live up to that name, salvation. So that's the greatest thing to expect of Yahweh Shai is salvation, bro. His name, for His name's sake. You know what I'm saying? And part of that salvation is being delivered from the famine that's coming, the hunger, the sword, the pestilence, Esau. You know, so
that's major, man. You know, we always talk about that. You know, Like once, I mean, martial law, stock market crash, and all that will flip society. But man, when you're not eating, man, that's when it really, you know, because this is the flesh. We're made, you know, we have to get a certain amount of nutrients a day, man. You know what I mean? Another key thing of that coming to play is like a blackout, you know, which is, hey, what the Lord, that was part of the plagues He put on Egypt, made it all black. Imagine if there's no power. That means your refrigerators or your storage is all
electrical heat,
electrical stuff that maintain your food. That's done. So famine can come very easy, man. It's not hard. Like stupid fake stories like that we just started a show with, blaming on some kind of imaginary disease.
Yeah, the gas pumps don't work without electricity. You can't get gas.
Exactly.
So if you got a generator, good for you. But
Yeah.
guess what? That generator's gonna need gas.
Yeah, until some guy, you see some guy, two guys cutting another wires and taking it for themselves. You know, this is what time we're coming to, man. So all these things are not far fetched. And who's gonna be protected? None other than the believers. Okay, none other than ones that believe in Yahweh Shai and kept the faith. Stand stiffly for the name of the Lord. Not you mockers, not you scoffers. Not whatever. No, full brothers who people, the believers who are fully believe in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, and hate this world, man.
So yeah, I mean that's it. That's it. Another day. Doing what we do through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. So we pray and hope that that the lambs out there were fed. Till next time, may the Lord put the spirit in us to come together again, meet a brother, and do another sit down whenever the Lord permits. So with that, we say shalom to the elect. Shalom.